and welcome to The Rest is Football with Micah Richards, Alan Shearer and me, Gary Lineker. We're doing this on the morning after the transfer window closed. It was a somewhat busy final day. I think a record amount of money was moved, some extraordinary scenes. And I suppose we should start, chaps. Well, actually, you're still playing golf, Al.
I'm like my missus. Yes, I'm still playing golf, Gary. Yes,
well, that's my fantasy, Al, to be your missus.
It's an international break. I can play golf. You know that, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I just spotted you in the same room there at Loch Lomond. So, did you win the tournament?
No, we didn't win the. We didn't. Do you know who won the tournament?
I don't.
Harry Redknapp's team won the tournament on 95 points, best 2 from 4.
Oh, wow.
And they can't compete with 95 points.
No, that's good going.
Very good going.
Micah, good to have you back.
Can I just say, by the way, before we start, what on earth is going on with your eyes? Either you've had no sleep or you've been on the piss for about 12 hours, one of the two.
I've had no alcohol. I've been filming all week at the League of Their Own, and I got back late last night. I should have just stayed in Manchester. I've been filming in Manchester this time, but I just wanted to get back to my own bed, and now, I'm absolutely knackered.
Well, it's good to have you back. It's good to have you back.
Hey, how are you guys, by the way? We never ask how you are. You always ask how we are. Are you all right?
I'm very well. That's very kind of you, Mikey. Yeah, I'm good. Very good, actually.
Oh, happy days.
Yeah, I'm fine. I think one place to start with, I think rather than go through the list of, so many different sides for different clubs, we'll cover some of them. But we're only going to cover the ones that have happened probably in the last few days, just before the window closed. But I think firstly, we might have to say that the players that dug in, the players that decided not to train, not to turn up, not to play, got their wish. And perhaps one or two of the players that did things that we would describe as properly and continued to turn up, continued to play, perhaps didn't get their wish. So what I'm talking about really is obviously Alexander Isak. Wissa went to Newcastle, and Marc Guéhi deal fell through at the final minute, who had absolutely done things completely properly, captained the side, played the night before, scored a brilliant goal, was quite emotional with his celebration. Looked like he'd done the little video they do when they sign, and then it fell through because Crystal Palace couldn't get a central defender in because the deal fell through with Igor from Brighton. So are we saying now that this is the way that players will continue to act in the future?
Firstly, before Alan goes, Guehi was on my bench and he got 15 points. Absolutely.
Oh, that's way more important than his dream move falling apart.
But anyway, Al, take it away.
We've seen it in the past, guys, and I think because of what's happened, Strand Larsen didn't play for Wolves, but he didn't get his move to Newcastle either. But yeah, unfortunately, I think because of what's happened with Isak and what's happened with Wissa, then you will see more of that. I don't like it. No, I don't think any fan likes it. And I can't say that because of the Isak situation. I also have to mention the Wissa situation and him going to Newcastle. I don't like what the players have done when they refuse to play for their clubs and having a contract behind them whilst being paid by the football clubs. No, it's not a good look, and I don't like it. It's not a good look for football. But unfortunately, yes, you are, I think, because of those two getting the moves, particularly the Isak one, because that's been more high profile than anything I can ever remember, then players will look at that and think, well, if he or if they did it, then, I can do it and I might get my move. And, you're going to see more of that in the future, unfortunately.
Don't you think it needs to be sorted out more by the clubs, though? Because Isak's basically insinuating that he had a deal agreed, quote unquote. Wissa, again, alluded to the fact that they told him he could leave as well. But the longer it drags on, the worse it looks for the player and the clubs. So, of course, the player, or the club, should I say, has got priority because they have a contract. But surely they don't want to go until the end of the transfer market before they can get somebody in. It should be like, okay, what is your feeling for the summer? Are you signing a new contract? Yes or no? If not, we're going to replace you. If we can get our replacement in, you can go. If not, you're staying put. It's as simple as that. But it seems like the power has now gone to the player all of a sudden. And even I was saying about Isak, the fact that, Newcastle probably should just accept 120, 130 million. But why should they have to? They shouldn't.
Well, they don't have to, Micah. They don't have to.
I know, but it got so bad that the fact that you're going to have a player who's unsettled, he's probably never going to want to play for the club again, that the fans have basically turned on him. So now they've basically forced the club's hand to say, we might as well get 130 million from him rather than maybe 90 million in January. It's just not a good look. I don't like it. It needs to be sorted out on both fronts, both players and clubs.
I think a large amount of the problem is the fact that footballers are bought and sold. I mean, you don't get that in really any other walk of life, do you? You know, you're treated a little bit like, cattle or, but human beings being bought and sold, it's like a very strange thing. I mean, it's almost unique to football. Even other sports, it just works differently to that, doesn't it? So, I mean, it's something that we've become used to for so many years now. But actually, in reality, footballers should be allowed just to go wherever they want. It's there. If somebody, if you work in something else, in banking or something, and another bank comes in and says, you get headhunted, well, you go and work for them if you want to go and work for them because you might get a bigger salary or something like that. I just think we're so used to the way the football system works that we've become accustomed to it and we don't actually question it. So
there is a cooling off period though, isn't there? So say I was working for Morrison's and I was a CEO.
Yeah.
You
do gardening
work
leave.
For Asda the next month. You sort of six.
You did a gardening leave, but you could do gardening leave in football. It'd be great because you could help. You could help with the pitch.
Where has this conversation gone? We've gone from talking about £130 million move to a football club, and now Mike is comparing it to fucking Asda.
Well, it's Asda price. Asda price. There you go, free advert for you. I did feel a bit for Marc Guéhi though, because he seemingly behaved admirably and didn't get his move. Now, I also categorically expect him to pitch up next week very stoically. Yeah. Probably remain captain. Now, if I were him now, I wouldn't try and get the move in January. I would now wait until the end of my contract, which is next summer, and go on a free because, they've used him a little bit. There's no question about that. I mean, to take it that far, to go almost on the brink, well, he probably almost signed the contract, and then to be pulled back was tough on him. But he'll get a better deal for himself next summer, certainly financially. Who knows if, whether Liverpool will still be in for him at that point. Somebody will because he's a class act. Yep. And they also know he's a player they can trust as a human being. And I think that is very important.
No, agreed.
And he's still just coming into his prime. He's only 25 years old. Yeah. So he'll be in great shape next year as long as nothing bad happens in the injury front.
Exactly right, yeah. And I think it's a great shout out to him because, and Eze got his move, but they both did things as professional as they possibly could. And I do feel for Marc Guéhi that didn't work. But on the other hand, you're right. I mean, financially, he should benefit hugely from it. Hopefully, if nothing happens in terms of injuries for him this season.
Yeah. Right. Pick out a few of the. We've talked so much about Isak and Wissa, and Newcastle have got a couple of strikers in there now, Alan. So you should be all right. What stood out for you yesterday or the last couple of days? Micah, you can start. Which?
Well, I was assessing the Donnarumma to Manchester City. You know, with Trafford basically just going there, I didn't think that was going to happen. I thought it was just more rumours. I didn't think he was a Pep, quote unquote, style goalkeeper with his feet. But in terms of shot stopping, that is a massive sign. And feel a little bit sorry for James Trafford because obviously Donnarumma's come as number one.
Edison has gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Edison's gone. Did he go to Fenerbahce in the end?
Yeah.
Went to Fenerbahce in the end. And what a servant he's been. He took goalkeeping to a different level in terms of playing out from the back. But yeah, Donnarumma was a massive, massive signing. For PSG last season in Champions League, he was unreal. I remember a couple of saves against Arsenal in the Champions League that stood out
and
massively.
Against Liverpool in the Champions League.
And Liverpool as well, yeah. But that's the one that stood out to me.
I like Harvey Elliott.
I was going to say Harvey Elliott, yeah, and Kolo Muani, Spurs on loan. I think could be a decent buy decent loan for them as well. The Harvey Elliott ones. I think he's a really good player. I didn't know whether Newcastle mightn't try and get him in the deal that saw Isak go to Liverpool, but he's gone to Villa, so I think that's a good buy for them.
I think also it's good for Harvey. I think he was. Well, the player of the tournament, wasn't he? The Euros at the under-21s in the summer. He's very talented, but he needs to play, doesn't he? I thought he might just go out on loan, but I think they've got him for 30-odd million. That could result in being a really good buy. I think for me, of the ones that have gone out, the most notable, perhaps leaving the Premier League, Nicholas Jackson, who Bayern Munich have got with an obligation to buy at a total, I think there's a 14.3 million loan fee, but the obligation to buy at around total of 70 million, which is a good bit of business from Chelsea. I mean, they've done a lot at Chelsea.
Unbelievable,
they brought in a lot of money. Nkunku, 36 million. Tyreek George to Fulham for 22 million as well. So, as well as players that have gone earlier in the transfer window. So no one buys and sells quite like Chelsea. It's a record for transfers out, a total of 300 million for Chelsea.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? Their business of what they do in terms of shifting players on and bringing players in. It's incredible. It really is.
Do you see? I like the Marc Guéhi, I think it is. Marc Guéhi, I think it is.
It's Guéhi now. We changed again.
I think G or Guéhi. G or Guéhi.
He's gone back to Chelsea, though, hasn't he? He's been recalled.
Yeah.
But that's probably because of the Liam Delap injury.
Yeah. And they tried to stop the Jackson. Jackson goes there, and then Marc Guéhi comes back to Chelsea, which I thought was quite interesting.
Fulham have done a bit of business, haven't they? They brought three in there and they spent a few quid.
Which they'd been very quiet throughout the summer, and then it all happened yesterday. They've brought in, we just mentioned Tyreek George from Chelsea for 22 million. Kevin, we've seen him for a few years at Shakhtar Donetsk, the Brazilian, 40 million quid. And Samu Chukwueze from AC Milan for 22 million.
Yep.
So
decent business, I think, from Fulham.
Yeah, I think so. Let's take a little break and then we'll discuss some of the other transfers when we come back. Welcome back to The Rest is Football with Alan Shearer, Micah Richards and me, Gary Lineker, discussing the final day of the transfer window. Manchester United have brought in a goalkeeper, Sen Lamont from Royal Antwerp, who apparently made more saves than any other goalkeeper last season. That doesn't always mean what it sounds like it means. They might have just been a bad team at Royal Antwerp for 18 million.
Young for the situation that he has to go into if he's going to go straight in there. That's going to be a big ask for him. I mean, what happened to the Emi Martinez deal? I don't know because he didn't play the other night, did he? So obviously he didn't get the move that he wanted. So that's going to be a big ask for a young goalkeeper to go in there and start and perform. Yeah.
Yeah, he's staying at Aston Villa, isn't he, Emi Martinez, for now. Spurs, Xabi Simons, they brought in, who we saw in the Euros, obviously, is a talented individual.
Yeah, I think exactly what they needed, to be fair, because he can play a variety of different positions. Could play on the wing, number 10, number 8. So yeah, that's a really good signing. Still young as well. I think he's only, 22, 23?
Yeah, he's still young.
He's still young,
Yeah.
so yeah, he's got a chance. Spurs are looking good. But just sorry to go back, but you've not mentioned Newcastle, though. Newcastle signings. I know we had a little go at Wissa, but I'm telling you now, how do you pronounce his name, Gary?
Voltemada, apparently.
Voltemada is a player. And I'm not just saying it now. Me and Thierry he played in the 21s, but he played again in the game last season. And we was like, who is this guy? And he was only young. And then when they said Newcastle signed him, I was like, that is good business. I'm telling you now, he's got it. As long as he can adapt to the Premier League. He's big, but he's skillful. He can run, and he's got like a decent touch for a big man. I'm telling you, you're going to be, of course, the price tag is going to be the one that everyone talks about. It's a lot of money for somebody so young, but potential-wise, he's very, very good.
Yeah. And the goals, the goals that Wissa will bring, because I think, am I right in saying he got 19 last season?
Yeah. No
penalties. So he's going to go into a team that hopefully create a little bit more. So, I agree with Micah. It's a big ask, the pressure that'll be on Voltemada to do that, because I think probably only had 7 or 8 months of really top flight good football. So to go from where he was, I know he's had a remarkable quick rise. So that's going to have to continue to happen at Newcastle, but potentially very good. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Nottingham Forest quite interesting. They brought in quite a few players from Botafogo. 4 in all. John Victor, striker, Igor Jesus, who we saw them play, didn't we, in the Club World Cup? They looked quite good. Defender Jair Cunha and the left back Cuabano, all from Botafogo in Brazil. Interestingly, Marinakis has been reported to maybe getting some kind of investment into Botafogo at some point. So,
and Zinchenko as well, wasn't it? They got Zinchenko in as well.
Yeah, Zinchenko from Arsenal on a season-long loan. What about the promoted clubs? Who's had a go there? Burnley. Tony, my obviously business partner, is desperate for us to mention. Florento Luis from Benfica. He says it's exactly what we needed. He said it's a loan, but with a mandatory buy at the end of the season for 24 million.
Seen him play from Benfica? Exactly.
He's told me he's been on. He said he's a defensive midfield player. Exactly what we need.
He's just gone to YouTube and Googled him.
Correct.
When has he seen him play? We don't even see Benfica play. We don't get the rights. We can't see him.
He's still reading from what happened to Burnley at the weekend. Leave him alone. Stop picking on him.
He is. Sunderland have...
They've had a right go, Sunderland, haven't they?
They've had a go
spent,
again, haven't they? I know. Brought in Mukiele from PSG, Brobe from Ajax for 22 million, and Gitruida from PSV for a couple of million. So, added to the good start to the season, there might be a bit of hope at the Stadium of Light, Alan, which will please you.
What are you asking me for?
Come on now, just be nice.
It's your part of the world.
It's nice about Sunderland. I've told you it's great to have Sunderland back in the Premier League, and they've had a great start. Well done, Sunderland.
I can't wait till Derby Day.
Me too.
Leeds fans are frustrated, Micah.
I'm gonna support Sunderland on that day just to wind you.
Oh, shut up.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry, Mike. I was saying that Leeds fans, of which you are sort of one, are a bit frustrated, apparently.
Yeah, because the manager kept saying he's going to bring some more. Obviously, they've got Calvin Lewin up front, who made his debut the other night. I think Leeds have looked really interesting, energetic, but they've sort of struggled a little bit. Nonto's been all right in spells. Dan James done all right with his pace, but been subbed earlier on. I thought they might have got someone in up top. I know they got Mecha, and Mecha didn't there as well, but it seems like there's something missing So they'll be a little bit frustrated.
I want to pick out Everton signing Dibbling.
Yeah.
I like it. I think he's got a real talent. 42.2 million. I think you go, Dibbling, Grealish, Undai. I think that I quite like the sound of that.
Starting to look good now, isn't it?
And they've had a good start as well. So really good win at the weekend as well. So
Dewsbury Hall as well.
Yeah.
Dewsbury Hall.
Dewsbury Hall as well.
He's
One of our
played
own.
well.
One of our own. Leicester. It was for a little while. Okay, well, we'll see how the players settle in over the next few weeks. Don't forget, of course, it's international break first. Yesterday, I spent quite a long time with Roy Hodgson. So we'll get that episode out to you, or probably split it into two because he gave us a great deal of time. And there's much to discuss with
Roy,
his extraordinary career.
He's brilliant, Roy.
He's brilliant.
Did you ask him why he didn't take me to the fucking Euros?
I think that's why Alan said he's brilliant.
That was one of the great things about Roy. Actually, he knows a player or two, and he knows when to pick and when not to pick.
Yeah. And to be perfectly honest, Micah, given the fact that you've not turned up for the last two episodes prior to this, we're actually wondering whether to take you to the World Cup next summer or not. Brilliant. That's it for this episode. We'll get the Roy Hodgson one to you on Friday, so look out for that. But for now, goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.